Joiner for this guy.
Footgina. Okay.
Yep.
What was the other thing I had to look up? The vending machines.
Oh, the vending machine.
So, panty...
Look, it's the first thing that comes up when you put it into the supercomputer.
It is, okay. So we can do this interactively. If you're sitting in front of your computer right now, we can do this together. So we're learning. Do I need to click on images or?
Yeah, it's probably the best. There you go. Undies machines.
Wow. Wow. Use panties in a vending machine.
Yep.
Why?
Because everything in Japan's in a vending machine because people don't like to interact with each other, so they just buy stuff from vending machines.
How long have they been warned? Do you know the ins and outs of this?
Not really, no. No. Why would you assume that I know the ins and outs of this?
I'm just looking at another one here. It says from canned bread to dog wigs. You can get anything.
You get anything. Like, there's whole shopping malls in Japan that are filled with nothing but vending machines with different things in them.
There's like liquor shops and hamburgers?
Yeah. It nukes them. And then spits it out.
Wow.
And there's an actual moving vending machine. There's a robot.
There's a robot vending. That's just
dude in a suit.
It's a dude in a suit, dude. But is it? Oh no, it actually might be a full-on vending machine.
Probably.
Why are they so popular in Japan, vending machines?
Because they don't like talking to each other.
They don't like talking to each other.
No, there's this whole thing in Japan.
There's a salad vending machine.
Yeah, it's growing its own salad.
Wow.
And I bet in the seedier parts, you could probably get it growing the devil's salad.
What is the devil's salad?
Marijuana.
Oh, right. I've never heard anyone call it the devil's salad before.
Right.
Never heard that. Sorry.
Okay.
Maybe I'm just a wilting flower that I don't know these things.
Precious little petal.
Precious little petal. Thank you very much that I don't.
Anyway, go into the vending machine, get your big girl candies, put them on, and come back to the podcast.
Footgina. I don't know if I like... Look, here's one here.
Oh, it's in the sole of the foot.
It's in the sole of the foot.
Yeah.
Holy hell.
Wow.
Look, I'm usually quite up on things.
You're obviously not up on the vajankle.
I'm not down with it either.
Vajankle.
I'm not up or down with it, I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, it might be good to get your rocks off, but it just won't have any sole.
Loose talk, even looser opinions.
This is the best show on earth.
This is The Burble.
Now, as I want to base this conversation off a conversation we had 2 weeks ago on this podcast about PC becoming a bit too much. We were talking about bringing home the bacon. You can't say that. You can't put all your eggs in one basket because Peter think that it is somehow profiling violence towards animals.
Yes, we did. We had a talk about that, and we both decided it was patent nonsense.
It is patent nonsense. But now I want to talk to you about a profession that has been copping heat. Or has copped heat for one particular person. Now, listen, I think that the men and women that do surf life saving do a fantastic job. They are unsung heroes. They have TV shows about them, that we...
Yep, surf rescue,
all that stuff. People,
Bondi vet. Well,
yeah,
kind of.
He might go in and give mouth-to-mouth at a dog in the surf.
Yeah.
People who live around the coast or near beaches, when they have kids, normally they'll get them involved in little nippers.
Absolutely.
And they're more confident and comfortable with the water and all that kind of thing. And we know that they're dragging mostly tourists out. Say Bondi, for example. It's always tourists who just don't know what's going on.
Getting caught in a rip.
Yeah, getting caught in a rip because, let's face it,
swim
across
the rip,
not trying to go through it.
And between the flags.
Stay in between the flags.
If you're coming to Australia, if you're listening to this from overseas, stay in between the flags.
Oh, my God.
Surf lifesavers. I mean, as a country that is girt by sea.
Yes, girt, very much
then we need to give these blokes some props. What's going on?
I want to play you a video that I've chanced across, and I want to get a live reaction to you.
Right.
For this video, okay? It is of a girl who went swimming in a lake, and she got herself into a bit of trouble, and she had to be saved. This is her account of the actual incident. Here we go.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, I almost drowned. I was at this lake having my first swim of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
There is this, jumping platform thingy that everybody was jumping on. So I thought, what the hell, I might as well try it too. It looked like fun.
Yeah.
Apparently, I hit my head on the way down, and I was knocked unconscious.
Well, that sucks.
I woke up lying on my back up on the platform, with a whole bunch of people standing around me, and this weird 40-year-old guy, pressing down on my chest. At first, I had no idea what was going on.
Because you nearly died.
But then the man who had revived me told me that I had been underwater for almost 2 minutes. He said that he had been lucky to get a hold of me down there. A small part of me was happy to be alive, but the rest of me was screaming inside.
What?
I can't believe he just felt that he had the right to just grab me under the water while I was knocked unconscious. I wasn't able to consent.
She's taking the piss,
He
right?
thought it was perfectly okay to just grab my body and pull me in whatever direction that he pleased.
No.
He possessed my body, and he grabbed my waist and pulled me around down there like it was his right. Like he wanted to have sex with me down there in the water.
What?
Aquatic sex. He
You'd be lucky
raped
to
me.
get land-based sex.
So now I'm suing him for rape for what he did
No.
to me. Yeah, sure. He saved me from drowning. I, as a woman, feel that I have been raped. I've been raped. End of discussion. Period. It's going to be pretty sweet to see him behind bars for what he did to me.
Jesus.
And I'm pretty sure I'm going to win because my dad, he hired like a really good lawyer.
This has got to be...
I hope he
taken
gets at
piss.
least 10 years. So yeah, the type of rape that I was subjected to is called save rape.
Save
And it's
rape?
a huge problem
And
in
that
our
hashtag's
society.
wrong.
Like
That's
literally
save rap.
every day, women are being saved from danger and then raped at the same time.
Oh my god. No. Tell me that's like not real.
So, okay, that video is a couple of years old, but it came across my feed because we were looking at stuff like that on the Burble supercomputer.
Oh my god.
So she, just to recap there, because you did talk over a couple of things, she's claiming she's been raped
Because she was drowning.
by a 40-year-old lifeguard because she was under the water for 2 minutes until he realised that
Right.
she was there.
Yep.
Because it's a lake. It's not like a pool where you can actually see people.
No,
in.
so
Yep.
someone's gone, where the hell is her?
Yeah, exactly right.
And old mate's gone, I'll save you.
Yep.
And jumped in.
Yep.
And done what any normal, decent human being would have done.
Yes, saved her life because that's what he's trained to do. He's revived her. Obviously, she's woken up. He's got his hands on her chest trying to,
Yeah, do the compressions.
compressions and things like that. And basically, she's now coming out saying that he raped her when he pulled her from the water.
Oh, my God.
She didn't give consent for him to touch her whilst under the water. That is the whole basis of it. Now, Daddy's...
So, hang on. How do you give I'm going to open a can of bloody worms here, but how do you give consent when you're drowning?
Well, that's
Like,
exactly
and unconscious.
right. Exactly right.
Like, I understand the whole, you can't give consent when unconscious, and, you know, that dickhead in America that raped that girl that was dead drunk and then
Yes.
got a community service order because he's white.
Yeah.
That's not something we're talking about. We're
No.
talking about a chick that banged her head
Yep.
on the dock,
Yep.
jumping into the water,
Yes.
knocked herself clean out,
Mhm.
and then sank to the bottom of a lake.
Yes.
Look, at the risk of offending half of the population, I would have left the bitch there. Like, no, seriously. Like, but the problem is not that only. If this gets off the ground and doesn't get laughed out of every court in the world,
Yep.
except for, you know, the social justice warrior court,
Yep.
like, what comes next?
I know.
You know? Like,
I know.
How
Like,
do we?
okay, it is going to it's going to not really amaze you, but this whole story. Her name's Cassidy Boone. Okay.
You just assumed her gender.
No, I didn't. She's a girl. Obviously, she's
Did
got.
she give you consent to call her a girl?
Probably didn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. A woman named Cassidy Boone. That's who she is. Suing a man, saved her from drowning.
Right.
Okay. All right. Is this correct? It's false.
Ba-bow.
Ba-bow. So sorry I led you down a bit of a path there, but the audio was just so good not to play.
Like, no, but hang on. Even if it is false, she did this for views.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Right.
Wait.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Okay, you got more?
2015, 27th of September, it's a website called the Portly Gazelle. Published this article saying, a man saved me from drowning, but now I'm suing him for rape because he touched me. Now, the text of that article, is what you just heard was verbatim from that video, okay?
Yep.
Which is on a website called the Stately Herald, which was on the 7th of June, 2015. So she's gone through the whole thing, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, Cassidy Boone is a Twitter account. The photograph used for both that and the account and her feminist articles is identical to that of a webcam model who uses the handle Freckle Fox.
Right.
So the website that she actually posted it to, the Stately Herald, is all satirical material. It's sort of like The Onion or
The Batuta Advocate.
The Batuta Advocate. Our friends over at The Batuta Advocate who also have their podcast.
See, the problem is people
But you actually want to take this further.
People are now so delicate and worried about offending someone or something.
I'm not. Yes.
Well, yeah, I'm not. I'm just trying to project into a normal person and what they would feel, because I don't give a I would let her drown. Actually, no, I would have pulled her out of the water, said, "Do you give me consent
To drown
and she
you?"
said no. I would have just oof, straight back off the dock. Get and I'm sorry if that offends people, but you can get too. Now, the problem with satirical websites, like, not so much The Onion because it's been around so long.
I know where you're going with this.
But is people believe this shit, and then that propagates more shit, and then people that are edgy and like all of these shock comics and stuff do more edgy shit like this, and then people go, oh my God, it's a nanny state, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes, it is.
And basically you need to pull your head out of your ass and take a long, hard look at what you're looking at. It doesn't take very long to fact-check stuff.
No, it doesn't, and that's a good thing about you can actually type in something that you're unsure about, and that website will check it for you. So you could check that out. Yes, it's called Fact Check. Have a look at the Fact Check.
Yeah,
closely
it's not that
related
hard.
to the vajankle.
It's just around the corner.
It's
an elbow street.
Christmas Day and you open up a box and it's got a vajankle in it.
Well, it's going to go one or two ways, really, isn't it?
You got to really...
Let that sink in.
What about... Oh, dear, I can't even believe I'm going to say this.
Oh, this will be good.
It's past Christmas, so the kiddies won't be offended.
All right.
An amputee gets a vajankle.
Right. And what? Sticks it on the prosthetic?
No, just chooses to overcome the missing limb by...
it. I wonder if there's an arm version or like a... like
the Dutch rudder.
The Dutch rudder. The Mississippi Hot Pocket.
The what?
I think that's what it's called.
The Mississippi Hot Pocket?
Yeah, no, not even I'm going to describe that on the podcast.
What the hell is that?
Look it up.
A lot of fake news out there. Don't take any of that for granted. I just wanted to get your reaction because you actually thought it was real, but then you were leaning more on the side of it. This is the G up.
Yeah, I thought it was real
because
there for a bit in the G up because there's this much shit going around now. People think this way.
I know, but you saw the video of her. There's no way in the world that one person could lift her out of the water.
Well, that's the other thing. How did she sink?
Well, she hit her head, apparently. Jill fell down and broke a crown. And Jack came tumbling after her. He's only trying to save her. How about you float that idea?
This is The Burble with Benny and Az.
Well, another year comes to a close.
Yep. 2018.
It's 2018.
Sayonara time.
Absolutely.
New Year's Eve, what are you doing?
Getting drunk.
Where are you getting drunk?
Somewhere that has alcohol.
Most likely will be the Burble Studios here.
Probably, yeah.
Burble Studios. Now, 2018's been a bit of a funny year because we started off with one Prime Minister. We're fairly certain we'll end with this current one that we've got.
Possibly. There's
Possibly.
still, a few days left in the year. You never know.
Yep, exactly right. So what else has happened in this year? We as a culture, a human race, we put a car into space.
We did. And then the dude that put that car into space got busted smoking J's on another podcast.
Yes, on a podcast.
Yeah, it was the Joe Rogan Experience. It's podcast as well.
Yeah, I understand that.
Shout outs to Joe Rogan.
Hello,
by the way.
Joe. So what, he got in trouble for smoking blunts in there?
Well, everyone's like, you're like this mad pillar of industry that does stuff.
Yeah.
And here you are smoking J burners.
Maybe that's where he comes up with most of his ideas.
I reckon, some of them.
Yep. We had the kids in the cave in Thailand.
The kids in the cave.
The kids in the cave in Thailand. Now, what I need to know is why the hell they went into this cave. It's pitch black, they couldn't see, and then it floods. Then they were all at the risk of drowning. But
it's
they
been
got
known to flood as well.
Why did they go? They played.
It's picturesque,
I just want to know. They went and played soccer and then said, why don't we go into the caves? Yeah. Thus teaching you maybe you shouldn't listen to everything an adult tells you.
No.
But that was big news. Crews there on the ground wearing gum boots.
Elon Musk again tried to get his little submersible robot in.
Yeah, but they said it's not going to work, Elon. Just leave it to experts.
Yeah.
and we'll get that sorted. So those kids that I think they've already done a movie. They're organising a movie about that.
There's 3 Hallmark movies by now, isn't there?
Yeah, probably movie of the week on
Movie
the
of
Hallmark.
the week, yeah.
Hallmark channel. What else happened this year? The Roosters, they won the NRL Grand Final in a game where the Storm just didn't turn up.
No, they really didn't. And it was one of the highlights of the year, seeing Billy Slater's face look like a slapped ass after that game as well. And
Or Cameron Munster getting sent off twice.
yeah, and if you're a Melbourne Storm fan,